Hi guys, welcome to part 3. First, we'll see the difference of answers for the question, who are you? In the Judeo-Christian tradition, in all likelihood, the answer is something like, I am me. I am, and put your name. Because Christians ought not to think anything else. That's who they are. Hindus, by contrast, will say that the real self, called also the Atman or Brahman, is all that there is, everything and all things, the root of reality. The next question that arises is, why is there evil then, pain and suffering? In Christianity, evil comes from a source outside of God. Since God in this tradition is defined as being all good, he originally designed creation without evil in it. But there was a mysterious accident in which one of his angels, called Lucifer, didn't want to do what he was told, because he was an asshole. And then he lured man into sin, which he actually accomplished. So man disobeyed and went against the law of God, and from this point forward, evil was introduced into the creation, and everything went to hell. Hindus think in a different way. They believe that the God creator, the actor, is both good and evil, and is the author of both things. It is not as if God had made evil and forced it upon someone else. He is all three things, good, evil, and everything in between. For Hindus, men are omnipotence in disguise. There is no victim. There is no real defenseless poor little quote-unquote me. Even when it's horrendous things. It is all the dream of the Godhead. Well, this makes people in the West pretty uneasy, because they're like, what the fuck? Because it seems to dissolve the underlying reasons of moral behavior. For most Westerners, the idea becomes something like, well, if God is both good and evil, then everything goes, right? I can get away with murder. But you're an idiot if you think like that. Because you have to think it through. What sort of game, of dream, would you like for your life? What do you want as an adventure? You will find out that all good games worth playing are constructed like this. First, imagine if both sides were absolutely and equally balanced. Well, that's boring, because it's stale. The unstoppable force meets the unmovable object, so nothing much ever really happens. If it's all good and barely any evil left, then it is also boring. It is the same idea of chess or card games. When one side knows that they've won the game, they simply reshuffle it and start a new one, because the point of the game or the drama is not to know what will happen, the element of surprise. But if a game is done in a way in which the good side is about to lose and is in real danger of losing, but somehow it always manages to sneak out, well, that is more interesting, isn't it? Star Wars much. The idea is that the good side is always managing to survive, but is never the winner, but is also never the loser. This is how things work, and you can see it everywhere, especially in politics. Every in-group needs an out-group of nasty people, otherwise they wouldn't know who they were, what they're against or for. Both sides need each other to exist or to know who they are, what they stand for, what they fight against. That is why the whole idea of love thy enemy is so important. It is crucial to respect your enemy. If you don't, then you don't understand how to engage with them, and things get out of control and everybody blows up. Those were some of the differences. But now, can the two visions of reality be put together? Well, it seems that if you're a Judeo-Christian person, one of the maxims that you have is that you are definitely not God. And then this excludes Hinduism. But let's go back and take another look at Judaism. If Judaism is true, can Christianity be true too? Well, no, because one of the things Jewish people could not admit was that Jesus Christ was God. That was unthinkable for a Jew. That man could become God. God made flesh. But if Christianity is real, can Judaism be true also? Well, in this case, yes, because all Christians are Jews plus something else, in this case, their view on Jesus Christ. If then Christianity is true, can Hinduism be true? Well, no, for the reasons that we've seen. Jesus of Nazareth was God, but you're not and I'm not. But if Hinduism is true, can Christianity be true? Well, yeah, because it can include it like Christianity did with Judaism. But how? Well, what would be the attitude of a Hindu in front of a Christian Orthodox? He would say something like, bravo, here in this Christian soul, God is playing his most extraordinary game. He is really feeling and believing that he is not himself, and not only that, but that he has only one chance to prove that he deserves to be saved or to be absolutely damned for eternity. He has to choose between these two options, and he's not even sure how to do this. The Hindu is sitting there watching all of this and is absolutely fascinated by this Christian's reckless gamble. It is a beautiful game. The Christian doesn't know it is a game. The Hindu suspects it is, and he admires it, but he isn't quite as involved like the Christian counterpart. The Christian takes it absolutely seriously. Darkness must be destroyed by any and all means. For Hindus, even though they do take care of their lives, they know that life in itself is not ultimately serious. Essentially, one view sees the world as an absolutely serious, spiritual, and existential gamble, and the other sees it as the play of the Godhead. Okay, that's it. Which vision, which view of the world do you like better? The ceramic model, the holy war for one's own soul and the salvation of creation, or the dream of the Godhead, in which the game we want for our own lives becomes our play? Thank you for watching. Comment below and let me know what you thought about it. This was The Image of Men by Alan Watts. Goodbye.